हेलो दोस्तों, दिस इज भारत कुमार एंड यू आर वाचिंग माय चैनल निर्मल इन्फो अपडेट्स।
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
In a significant development along the line of actual control, LAC, Republic TV sources have said that in the backdrop of increased activity by the Chinese choppers, the Indian Armed Forces have deployed surface-to-air missiles, SAM, defense system in Ladakh area. The air defense system was deployed to take care of the area and to prevent violations by the Chinese army, sources added. Sources said that the Chinese activity was increased in the eastern Ladakh area before the Galwan Valley incident and their choppers were spotted as they tried to enter the Indian territory. To counter any such activity by the PLA Army, the armed forces have deployed Quick Reaction Surface-to-Air Missile System, QRSAM, at the eastern Ladakh sector. Meanwhile, the center on Sunday gave the three defense forces financial powers up to Rs 500 crore per project for the acquisition of critical ammunition required in case an all-out or limited conflict breaks out, according to AMI. This move has been taken in amid the Galwan Valley face-off where 20 soldiers were martyred. Similar financial powers were given to the armed forces after the Uri attack and the Balakot aerial strikes against Pakistan. The vice chiefs of the three services have been given the financial powers up to Rs 500 crore per project to acquire the required weapon systems under fast-track procedures needed to fill whatever shortcomings or requirement is felt, a senior government official told AMI. Earlier on Sunday, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh gave complete authority to Chief of Defense Staff, CDs, General Bipin Rawat, the three chiefs of Indian Armed Forces and the Corps commanders to act and react as deemed fit according to the situation on the ground. In a meeting with CDs General Rawat and the three chiefs of armed forces, the defense minister reiterated that India is a peaceful nation, but the repeated acts of aggression by the Chinese has compelled the Indian Army to change the rules of engagement with the hostile neighbor. With a change in rules of engagement, the armed forces may not be bound by restrictions on the use of firearms under hostile attacks. War is the most destructive and pitiless of all human activities. And yet the experience of war has a profound and strangely compelling effect on those who fight. Combat kills, maims, and terrifies, but it can also reveal the power of brotherhood and a selfless sense of purpose. It's an experience that changes soldiers, and those changes last a lifetime. It changes the lives of their families too in ways that those who have not experienced can never know. Most who join the military and go to war are young, -18, 19 years old, and many have never been away from home. They have little experience of the world, let alone war, death, and killing. For them, and for all soldiers, combat is a complex mix of emotions that define the experience of war and shape the experience of coming home. Some do not find their way back home at all. The 20 soldiers who lost their lives in the clash with Chinese troops in Galwan Valley of Ladakh on Monday night belonged to 6 different units of the army, including 3 infantry battalions and 2 artillery regiments. Sources in the army informed that the bulk of the fatalities and injured are from 16 Bihar, including the commanding officer Kelbi Santosh Babu and 12 soldiers including Anab Subadar, a Havildar Jawans. They belong to the states of Bihar, Jharkhand, and 1 from Odisha. 2 Chkos and 1 NCO of artillery regiments from Punjab and Tamil Nadu, and a signalman from the Brigade Signal Company, amongst others. Bharat Kumar from Army Medical Corps, AMC, who was attached with 16 Bihar as a nursing assistant, was also killed in the clash. A senior army officer has been on record to say that the varied units of those killed in the clash revealed that as the clash got out of hand, more reinforcements were sent to bolster the Indian troops engaged with the Chinese. The fact that there are casualties from units other than 16 Bihar means that the other units deployed nearby also rushed their troops to the spot, the officer said. As per reports, a large number of troops from 6 units were admitted to the Army's General Hospital in Leh. This sends a strong message to the rest of the country. The Indian Army stands united as one, cutting across caste, color, language, and religion to reflect a perfect example of national integration. Every individual who wears the olive green is an Indian and a patriot first. They fearlessly made the ultimate sacrifice to protect the national and territorial integrity of India, and if I may suggest, this directly or indirectly implies that India will pay for the safety and security of the delivery of the S-400 MIG missile system during Defense Minister Rajnath Singh's 3-day visit to Russia starting Monday. The urgency comes amid heightened tensions along the India-China border. Moscow is believed to have delayed delivery of the $5.4 billion system to December 2021 due to COVID-19 constraints. India had completed large payments for the system last year. China, which also enjoys strong defense ties with Russia, has already acquired the S-400 system from its northern neighbor, and this fact may have added to India's concerns. Besides, sources said, armed forces have been told to be ready for all eventualities. The government has begun the process of filling up gaps in defense preparedness, making good pending purchases, shoring up supplies and improving inventory profile based on worst-case scenarios, including a two-front fight. According to people aware of the details, Russia appears to have bunched the delivery of India's S-400 with a couple of other countries. New Delhi is keen to explore if a linking of delivery is possible and a faster schedule can be worked out given the historical military relationship between the two countries. Reliability of supplies is the other key issue on top of Singh's agenda. There are two parts to the segment: 1. Speed up availability of spares for existing Sukhoi and MiG fleets, and 2. Gain an assurance that Indian supplies will not be impacted in changing political environment. ET has learned that this issue was discussed in detail at the highest level after India lost 20 soldiers to violence on the line of actual control, LAC, with China. At that point, it was felt that a quick reach out to Russia was necessary for defense preparedness. While the Moscow Victory Day parade was a planned event, there were doubts of a ministerial-level representation because of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, after consultations with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, it was decided that Singh must undertake the visit as that was the best opportunity to engage the Russian government at this critical juncture. Chinese Defense Minister Wei Feng is also likely to be present at the event. Beijing has been pushing Moscow to deepen defense cooperation and obtain access to high-end Russian technology, especially in making jet engines. China, in fact, has been quite keen to develop its defense industry on the back of Russian capabilities. Singh is slated to have a separate bilateral meeting with his Russian counterpart Sergei Shoigu during his visit. Much of these issues will discussed at length with him, especially on hastening deliveries for weapon systems and spares. He is also to meet Deputy Prime Minister Yuri Borisov, who also deals with military and aerospace affairs.